Tina, Sandra, and our good friend from La Amistad, Felipita, Bastida, coming up shortly. Encuentro, Señor. Sandra, you want to do the...
Yeah, let's go ahead and start with a prayer, please. Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us this opportunity once more to be able to bring in our community leaders to speak to everyone so that our community can be informed with so many different issues and concerns. We ask, Lord, that you guide us today, that we speak the truth and we speak from our hearts and help out the community as best as possible. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Hola, compadre, ¿cómo está?
Buenas tardes,
¿Cómo vamos?
compadre.
¿Cómo vamos? ¿Cómo vamos?
Muy bienvenido Radio Dale. Este programa is dedicated to our good friend Fred Moron,
Yes, sir.
who was here a couple of weeks ago, and I will always credit him with starting La Voz in this county because it started here in this station in Cita La Señorita, and Fred will always be remembered for that.
Yes, sir.
Tenemos el guest video hoy en la tarde, Felipita, whom we known for many, many years, and her dedicated husband, José, también está con nosotros. If you permit me, I will start with the first question.
All right.
Okay.
You got it?
All right.
Thank you.
Felipita, please tell us about yourself and how La Amistad Dog Care Center was established.
Okay, Jimmy, first of all, I want to thank you for allowing me to be here. This is very exciting for me. I first want to say that I was born and raised here in Beeville in 1963 to my parents, Adolfo Gonzalez, and Mercedes Salazar Gonzalez. I come from an arch family of 9. I have 5 brothers and 3 sisters. In 1983, I had the privilege of meeting Jose, and we have 4 beautiful adult granddaughters. And Jose and I are celebrating our 43rd anniversary this year. So he has been my backbone and supporter all these years.
Que aguante.
So, yeah. So, ahorita, I mean, we grew up together. Basically, I was 19, he was 20. So it's been a long time. So he has been a big supporter of whatever ideas I have. He supports me in every decision I make.
And you always have ideas.
And I always have ideas. They never stop there.
You know, I remember que me platicaste que ibas pasando por ahí, and there was warehouses de puro hojuelata, and you looked at it and you saw La Amistad building right there, and you kept going and turn around, come around. What do you see?
Exactly.
I remember you telling me that.
Yes, I remember going to church at Our Lady Victory and coming down Cleveland Street, stopping right there at the stop sign, and always seeing the building. And like you said, it was hojuelata and grass was growing, and I always felt something in that place.
That is really
years
something.
later, then I didn't know that it was going to be like
was
this.
working on you.
Exactly.
And this poor man is right there with you all the time.
Exactly.
Well,
And
we
so-
congratulate him. Claro que sí.
Exactly. Give him all the glory. And exactly, so La Amistad came around, actually before La Amistad, it was Tiny Tots Daycare Center. That's what brought me into the business world, was the base closing in 92 when it first started, with the military scope getting cuts. I believe it was in 1990. That was the first time we thought, okay, we need to start doing something because the base is going to close, and that was where Jose worked, at the naval base.
Right.
And so that was our bread and butter. So we thought, okay, if we don't do something, Jose's going to be laid off, and here we're going to yendo pa'l norte, not have any idea. So in 92, when the base did close, is when I decided to open up with Mother's intelligent idea of opening up a child care center, we decided to do Tiny Tots Daycare Center. And we had it, we opened it up in 91 actually.
In 91.
In 91.
Whoa.
And we were the largest center with 145 children. Part of them being school, the younger children, and the rest being after schoolers. So the bulk of the people were in the afternoon. But Tiny Tots is what started us in the business world, and it went really well.
That's great.
And after that, 7 years after that is where La Amistad started tugging at me and tugging at me. And I figured we always took care of children, why not start taking care of the elderly? And it was just something in my gut that just told me, that the elderly was also in need of a good facility, a good something for them to do. And so when we decided to do that, that was about 7 years into it. So I did for a little bit, I did both centers, Jose staying at Tiny Tots, of course with my employee that has been with me for many years, almost 30 years, if not more, and that was Miss Noe, and the rest of the staff that stayed there at Tiny Tots.
How many people do you have working there?
At Tiny Tots,
Yeah.
we had around 22 employees. 22 employees, yeah. So basically, it just grew from there. And it all started when I started searching more on my spiritual side. And I love the child care, because my mother always said, if you love what you do, you will never work a day in your life. And I knew I loved child care, but something else was just telling me about my purpose in life. And I knew that child care was not really my purpose in life. And so I thought, okay, what is my purpose in life? And when the adults, the elderly, the disabled people started more and more, I got the feeling of that, is when I realized that my purpose in life is more about taking care of the elderly and the disabled. People that really, really needed us, and people that are really grateful with whatever it is that you do for them. They are so grateful that we are there for them. So finding that purpose in life has been the best thing that could have happened in my life.
Blessing.
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
blessing.
So once you find that, you find out that it's not work. It's more of a ministry that we do, and so that just makes it even
Qué
more
bonito.
intensifies.
What a testimony.
Thank you. And I think that's when you feel like that about your job. It just everything just comes naturally. And it just comes from the heart.
Yes.
It just comes from the heart. So it's just one thing led to another, and of course when we started La Amistad, we started off with 71 clients at the location on Moore Street, and a couple years later, we just grew, and that's where the location on Monroe came, and that's where that gut feeling started coming. When I would see it, it was like this is the location that we're going to be at.
The calling.
And everything. I truly believe that it's just one blessing after another.
Yes.
It was so easy for me to go to the bank and borrow that money to build this facility. It was just so easy for everything to come together. The building was then finished in 2006. When the building was finished, I was so excited about just moving everybody, transferring already everybody to the new location. Then I hit a roadblock, and that roadblock was that I needed to get it licensed. And in order to get it licensed, I had to have a life safety code inspector from the state to go in and get it licensed. It was taking a while, so I went up to the office and I asked them, there was an issue. And they basically said, well, our life safety code gentleman is just retired, and we won't be hiring anybody for another 2 to 3 months. So that sort of just threw me off, not knowing what I was going to do.
Right.
And here, Mr. Jimmy Martinez, knowing him since I was a child, always told me, Felipita, if there's anything I can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. And I'm not one to ask, but when the necessity was there, I always remembered those words. And I remember going to Jimmy. I hope I don't cry, because this has always been so special to me. But I remember going to him, and I remember saying, Jimmy, you know how you always ask me if there's anything I need? Just to ask you. So here I am before you, asking you for a favor. And I said, I shared with him about the inspector. He says, Felipita, let me see what I can do for you. So that was in the morning. I believe by the afternoon, I had a phone call from Senator Zeffirini's office. And I remember that gentleman telling me, we got a phone call saying that you were needing some help. I said, yes, but this gentleman, I belong to the Corpus area, and they're retired. He says, okay. She goes, what exactly is it that you need? So I told him. And I got a phone call saying, okay, somebody from the state will be contacting you. So before 5 o'clock, I got a phone call. And that phone call was from the office, from the state office in the San Antonio area. And I thought, okay, well, God, here I'm really nervous saying this because it just brings me back. But it just, the gentleman said, we'll be there tomorrow morning to do the inspection.
Ooh.
So as soon as that gentleman came in the next day, he looked at me and he said, Miss Bastida, I don't know what strings you have to pull. He says, but we're not even from your district, we're not even from your region, but we're here from San Antonio to get your place licensed. And I thought, okay, that was thanks to Jimmy and thanks to God for putting Jimmy in my path. So Jimmy, thank you so much for doing that for us.
It's been a joy.
That's something that I always will be grateful.
Wow.
And it's a story that I always tell people because it was so dear to me.
Now,
It is a testament
Yes.
that
thank
the
you.
Lord was working among ourselves because we were wanting to help people out. That's been el destino de nosotros desde que estamos jóvenes. What can I do for you?
Yes.
And that's who we are. And we're still, what can I do for you? And you've done so much for nuestros viejitos. You know, in the west side of town, you and Jose have all my respect for what you've done, not only for yourself and your family, but for las familias de the county. Gracias.
Thank you so much.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Felipita, who qualifies for your services, and do only senior citizens qualify, or?
Yeah, no, Ruben, anybody the age of 18 up until they can 100. We've had our elders, it has been 104.
Wow.
So it could be anybody within that range. They have to have some kind of medical diagnosis as well as a functional. So, because we do need to get doctor's orders.
I see you have a big kitchen there, and how many meals and snacks are provided for your participants?
Yeah, the meals we provide is breakfast, lunch, and a snack. So we do have a contract with the child nutrition program, and it's a federal money that they reimburse us for our meal.
Does La Amistad provide transportation to medical appointments? And I think they do, because in my commercial for you it says that you take them to the doctors and help them get appointments with the doctors and all that.
Exactly. Yeah, so what the state requires us to do is to provide transportation to doctor's appointments, and that's mainly locally, here in Beeville type thing. But what makes La Amistad special is that we've always, because I understand, I lived to where I've had to take my parents to doctor's appointments in Corpus, Victoria, San Antonio. So La Amistad has always provided transportation here in town as well as out of town. So we go to Corpus, we go to Victoria and San Antonio for our veterans.
How many vehicles do you have there?
We have a fleet of 9 vehicles.
9 vans and.
Yeah, vans and minivans.
Sandra?
Yeah, Felipita, what does a typical day look like for someone attending La Amistad?
Okay, well, the typical day in the morning is the vans, they start their routes at 7 in the morning, and they go around picking up here locally, as well as Sinton, Mathis, Goliad, Kennedy, Card City.
Wow.
We try to do at least 30-mile radius around Beeville. So those routes start at 7 o'clock, and then the rest of them will start here in town.
So you do go to Corn City and
Yes, we do.
Corn City and Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Oh,
Felipita, we also understand that you provide services to the veterans. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so I've been very fortunate to have a contract with the VA. So we do provide services to our veterans. Our veterans, I believe, that are underserved here in B County. And I have been trying to promote more of the center and what we can provide for them. So basically, they get the same services that everybody else, which are the meals, the activities, those kind of things. But also, Audie Murphy sends out the caseworker out here once a month.
Wow.
So they have any questions, any help that they need with benefits, anything like that, they're able to discuss that with her.
Yes.
And we also have 2 nurses on staff, which VA really likes that they come because they're able to keep in track with their appointments and do vitals and those kind of things.
Wow, it is a joy to hear that you're taking care of the veterans. I've always said that we have freedom in the United States because we have veterans.
Exactly.
Was it not for veterans, we wouldn't have the freedom that we have today in este país. Thank you for taking care of the veterans
You're
as well as
welcome.
the nuestros riquitos. You know, people probably envy you for what you're doing, pero eso es un don de Dios que les dio hasta José, and you've done such a good job. I know you will keep it up until the good Lord remembers you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Felipita.
So you're
Thank you,
welcome.
Jose.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Felipita, can you share a success story or memorable experience from La Amistad? Algo diferente, algo que te quedó en tu mente.
Yeah, we have had several success stories, but one that sticks in my head happened years ago. The main thing is like people that sometimes that come to the center, they're depressed. They've been at home, really not doing much, and you see that, and they feel helpless. They feel like, you know, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what to do. So once they start coming to the center, you see a totally different person, and it only takes a day or two.
Yes.
Because there's just so much life in the building, in La Amistad. There's so much peace that they feel that, and depression goes out the window.
Your building just provides that.
Yes.
You have so many rooms there, and you provide so much more than any other facility in the county, and you're able to offer that. You, as I recall, you have a beauty shop in there, a barber shop in there. You have a room where they can sleep. Tell us about how many rooms you have.
She's got an exercise room.
Yeah, we have a gym. Exactly, and I think that coming from the humble beginnings, starting off at a building that was not set up as a daycare, I learned to find that what it was that people were wanting and what made them happy. And so when I had this building built, I built it with that in mind. I built it with the barbershop. It makes people feel good about themselves. It makes aquí chula te ves, you know? They like that attention.
Yeah.
You know, the kitchen, I made sure it was a commercial first-class kitchen because we wanted people to smell el arroz, to smell the pinto beans, the aroma, you know, it makes them feel good. It brings back old memories.
Right, right.
We have the relaxing room. A lot of people tell me, you know what, if I'm not feeling so well, I'd rather come here because I know the staff is here. I know the nurses are here.
I'm sure you have future goals and visions for La Amistad. You share that a little bit, or what's coming for La Amistad?
Well, you know, my little head is always going 24/7 about what we can do to improve and what we can do. But thank God that I think that we have reached that point where I don't know if there's any more we can do other than just make what we have the best that we can do. But I still have plans. There's a lot of things I want to do, like for instance in the patio. Right now we have patios, but I would love to make it more of a therapy type patio, bring in some more plants, just things where it's more relaxing for them. Just make them feel like they are in a first class place. Just make them feel good. And of course, just keep the community entertained, keep our enrollment up, and just do what I have to do with my community partners to make that happen. You know, I believe that I can't do it by myself. You know, I can't be the only one to take care of the elderly. So that's where I need my community partners, my people that do provider services. I strongly believe that a client can go to the center, get their meals. After that, then they go home and they have a good provider that comes to their home and takes care of them in the evening. And their day is taken care of.
I see where recording stores coming in to your place, like they feel good, como Eli de Reina and gonna be Lucky Joe, all by themselves, you know, they don't.
We have really been.
Other places you have to ask them, you have to pay them to come.
They were
Oh,
so.
great.
It's been a joy to have people like themselves to come into the center, and they have nothing but good things to say. That's what makes me really proud of the center.
Oh, I can imagine.
It motivates me, and it just keeps me going.
Let me ask you this: do you have any vacancies now for new clients?
I sure do.
How many vacancies do you have so that people can be prepared? Mira, it starts on el client, but the client has a family. The family generally is the one who would make the contact with you, or you invite anyone that needs to help in la casa to come to you. Now, how do they do that? In person, by telephone?
Yes, they can call me at any time at La Amistad at 361-358-1650. They can ask for me, they can ask for Angie, or anybody that works there will be able to answer them the questions. I like to greet the people right when they first come in because I want them to make sure they feel comfortable and that they're at home.
Personalize it.
Right, right. And so they can come in also. They can come in unannounced. They don't have to call me or anything. They can just come in, come have lunch with us, come and just enjoy whatever community events we have. We have them at least once or every other month. We try to organize some kind of community event. And that's my opportunity to have people come in from the community to be able to tour the facility and be able to come talk to me.
And the Christmas parties.
And the Christmas
Wow.
party, exactly.
Let me take this time. I want to thank our sponsors for today's show. Taqueria Vallarta, owned by the Luis Herna and family. Ray Garcia, Viva Councilman, Ward 4, and his son Brian Garcia. Jerry and Velma Martinez and family, customer minds for custom-made homecoming moms. Michael Mojades, with the owner and operator of Cool Breeze Services, and Jerry Rodriguez, a successful businessman from the Berkeley of Goliad County. Felipita, my next question is, because you've answered a few, so I'm going to have to kind of skim this real quick. What message would you like to share with our listeners about caring and respecting our elderly?
I first want to say one thing. In order for an elderly person or a disabled person to really feel good about themselves and feel good about just life itself, they need family. They really need family to be there for them, to visit with them, to just to say, hey mom, how are you doing today? A hug, anything, just to be able to, for them to feel comfortable reaching out to them. We deal with a lot of elderly. Right now is a very crucial time for benefits. Right now, a lot of people are losing their benefits because they're not turning in paperwork on time. They're not getting things exactly how the state wants them. So our job, and we have Angie is excellent in social work. She does an excellent job in fighting for their benefits. And so anytime they get paperwork. I go out there and I tell them, please bring me your envelopes, bring me your applications, bring me your food stamp applications, because we need to have them there in a timely manner.
Mhm.
So that is one of the things that I definitely want everybody to understand, is that they can lose their benefits if the paperwork is not done correctly in on time.
You talked about Angie. Now, I was going to ask you that. Thank you. Talk about Noe.
Mhm.
She's been there for some years with you.
Yes. Ms. Noe's been there for, I lost track, but I want to say it's over 30 years. Ms. Noe was my preschool teacher, and she would always have the kids going. I remember she would sing that song, Las Nubes, to the kids, because we were bilingual classroom. And then after that, she came to work as my activities director, and she has those people going. And of course, we have the rest of the staff that follow, and they do everything that she has done on the calendar. And Ms. Elsie is another veteran of mine, and another person that has been with us a long time. Our cook's been with us 20 years. A lot of these people, 20 plus years. My Ann has been there about 15. Angie's been there almost 20.
Very stable.
Yeah, very stable, very, they're like family to us. They really are family to us. And Rogelia, that does the haircuts, Rogelia's been with us a long time too. So, yeah, this is one extended family that I have that they have my back, and I've got their back.
How can local businesses and churches and organizations and volunteers support the work of La Amistad? How can they do that? The churches and the organizations.
Just by Beeville is so small that I think that with word of mouth, the more people I can reach out to and explain what it is that we do, I think that whenever they find the need of sending someone to us, I would greatly appreciate that, because the churches, they see some people. Coastal Plains is another agency that we deal with a lot. So there's different agencies that we partner up with.
Good. Okay, we have 4 minutes left. I think, Dad, you have some closing remarks for.
Yes, well, yes. Felipita, how large is your facility and how many rooms? And I think you covered that.
Yeah.
How many participants are currently licensed to serve?
Okay. We are licensed to serve 225 people.
Wow.
So right now we're running about 155 people. So there is room for more.
Ooh.
I would love to see that place full. We were there almost at COVID time, but God had His plans.
That's right.
So I'm not complaining. So yes, we have room. That would allow me to hire more staff, which would help the community. Allow me to be able to provide these services to more people.
Yeah, good.
So any referrals would be greatly appreciated.
One last remark, Felipita. Thank you on behalf of GPA and La Voz for sharing your time, knowledge, and passion with us today. We appreciate the tremendous work you and your family and your staff have performed every day for the lives of our seniors and our veterans, adults with disabilities, and their families throughout the county. Once again, on behalf of La Voz, thank you, and we hope to see you back, you and your husband, back here one day soon. Thank you.
Sandra. Thank you. Okay. And I would like, if I have a little bit of time,
Yes.
real quick, I would like to add that part of our whole mission has always been, the one thing that my mother always told me is that as long as we have faith in God, as long as a mustard seed,
That's right.
that is all we need. Is just to have faith, that little bit of faith. And believe you me, I have plenty of that faith, and that's what's going to steal us.
Qué bonito recuerdo de su madre, ¿verdad?
Yes, very, very nice.
Sí. Y yo tuve la oportunidad de conocerla, así como a tu papá. Y you're just a apple that fell from that tree.
Yes.
El mismo corazón.
Gracias.
Siempre, what can I do for you? ¿Qué puedo hacer? Qué bonito, qué bonita
Very
vida.
nice, yes.
Felicidades.
Thank you.
Sí.
Thank you, Felipita.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Felipita, thank you for being with
Oh,
me
you're
today. Okay?
welcome.
Thank you.
You're
Jose?